How's it going, guys? I haven't been on in a while. Been busy. Thought checking a bunch of beaver traps today. I got a lot of them to check, so I think I got, let's see, 1, 2, 4 different locations set. I think I've got 10 traps between all of them. Here I set a bunch of snares. Yeah, it's hollow. I got a bank run here. Caught a beaver in this one earlier. Ooh, earlier in the year. On a conibear. I'm trying my hands at snares. I'm not very efficient with them yet, but just kind of getting the hang of it. Looks like that snare was fired and there was nothing in it. Yeah, kind of worried about that. Oh, whatever. I'll reset it. It's got a couple of blocking off sticks and oh, come on. There we go. And the loop hanging down in between them. I'm not feeling too good about this spot anymore after this, because this was the set I was feeling best about, but we'll see. I made some baited snare poles too. Haven't had a lot of luck with those so far, but maybe today's the day. These traps have been soaking for let's see, 2 days. 2 days. There's no legal check period on traps set under the ice in Wisconsin, so I can leave them soak. Yeah, now the fun part's gonna be finding them. I know I got one right there. I can see it. And I gotta be careful here because there's parts of this that are real thin. And you can't necessarily tell walking up to them. Okay. That didn't freeze. Ooh. That didn't freeze much at all. Chop 2 small holes so I don't have to chop the whole dang thing out if there's nothing in it. Just enough to peek down into. Slush out. Well, to start with, I don't see the top of the snare. That might be a good sign. It's there. It's pulled down. Might be dealing with some smart beaver here. Fix that loop. Okay, let's take a look on this side. Don't see that one either. It could be that I'm just knocking these snares down when I chop the hole. But it doesn't feel like no, it doesn't feel like they chewed my stick off at all, so I don't know. So that one's a miss. to do with my spud. It's buried. And then I think, where'd I have my other one? I think it was right there. Like I said, it's going to be interesting finding them. Is this it? That's it. That's it. There's my cross stick. Chop this guy out. Sorry if I'm bouncing you guys all over. This should be a lot bigger of a hole than I need. Whew. Beaver trapping under the ice is a lot of work. If I were doing this just for the price of fur right now, I wouldn't be doing it, but I'm looking to have a coat made for my wife. And these under ice beaver, they're the nicest that they're going to be all year, fur-wise. So, but I need a lot more beaver than what I have right now. Okay. Let's see. What's going on there? Nothing in that snare. It sure felt like there was something going on in the other one, though. When I chop it out on either side like this, I don't have to chop out the whole pole and reset the whole thing. Then if I don't have anything, I can just leave it. Ooh. Pressure cracks are kind of creepy. Not that I'm gonna drown here. It's not very deep. I don't know, it's what, 8 degrees today? I don't really want to go swimming. Let's see. Keep all that shit out of there. Stuff. Pardon my French. Nope. Nope. I know there's still beaver active here. Maybe they don't like my bait. I couldn't even really tell you what kind of little trees these were when I cut them down. I know beaver like certain trees more than others. Alright, well, I'm going to fix that snare up over there a little bit better. turn you guys back on at the next spot. This one's a blank. Hey, just a quick thing. I don't know if I've really mentioned it much in my videos about how you got to be careful around beaver lodges with the ice conditions. You know, here's a big bank lodge I'm trapping here. So I come right here. You know, I got 6 inches of ice here all day long. Coming along. But you get to about right here. Maybe it was right here. Oh, maybe it froze over a little better. But the other day, my spud was going right through here. There it is. See that? Lots and lots of ice. Lots and lots of ice here, here, all around here. You come right here, right through. There's no ice there. And that is deep. That's a run. What's going on there is they have an entrance there, and when they're coming in and out as much as they do, they're keeping that ice thin. You know, I'm standing, gosh, I don't know, a few inches away, and I got all kinds of ice. If I were to take another step, I'm through. I'm in. I'm swimming. So, and I mean, yeah. Yup. Got to be careful. Your spud's your best friend. Just like that. Over there where my other snare pole is, it's like that too. So, yeah, got to be careful. All right, we're at another location here. The last one I blanked at, so not doing too good on the snares, but so I'm looking right here. This was a bank run I had set, and I don't know if you can see that stick that's half frozen in the ice down there, but that was my stake, and it was sticking straight up. So I can see the spring of the trap. It looks like whatever happened here, there was one hell of a struggle for a little bit. So, thinking there's something in there. Get my my water gloves on. So that, I mean, it could be a pull out, but something definitely came through there. I think something's in there. We'll take a look at this other one quick first. I had a baited 330 over here. Be careful here, same kind of deal. The ice is real thin around this lodge. You can see here it's hollow. There's air underneath it. So this one should be pretty easy to check. I just chop at it a little bit and lift it up and take a look at it, hopefully without setting it off. Okay. No, that's still set. I can see the spring is still compressed. So, shove that back in there. And that was just a 330 that I had a bunch of peeled green sticks wired to the triggers. Okay. This I feel good about. I'm gonna get my hopes up too much, but it looks good. That's some crappy ice. Oh, I didn't even see that it was covered in snow. There's a big furry lump there. That's funny. Yeah, he was right there. I couldn't even see him. All right, I'll pull him up and see what we got. Oh, yeah. That's a nice one. Looks like a nice one anyway. Was he frozen to ice, or is that just my steak? Oh man, he's pretty loose. Might have caught him this morning. He doesn't look like he's been dead very long. Come on. Dang, steak's stuck in there. I don't want to step on that hollow ice. Get down here. There we go. Now he should come out. Oh yeah. Looks like a decent beaver. Oh yeah. Nice one. Nice big beaver. Cool. All right. We're one step closer to a beaver coat. Come on. Come on out of there. Nice head catch. Just how you want to get them. Safety on there. Try not to rip any fur out with that ice chunk. Come on. Getting it over that joint on the trap there's the hardest part. Oh, that's why. The dog of the trap slid down, it's in the way. Well, how the heck do I get that out of there? I know it's a frickin' rodeo every time I do this on camera. Should just get a pair of setters. A lot simpler. Come on. Yeah. That dog of that trap's all goofed up. I'm gonna have to figure that out first. Turn this back on when I get. Okay, something I can't remember if I showed this on the channel or not. But if you got snow like this, you can take a wet critter, work it through his fur, and it'll actually dry him right out. You see some of that's kind of freezing. Just kind of beat it loose. But yeah, and then he's not soaking wet and freezing to everything in your sled and your truck and ripping hair out. That's what you want to avoid. That's a really nice beaver. He's nice thick fur. Yeah, he's a beauty. Big guy. Might be a 2-year-old, but if it is, it's a big 2-year-old. There we go. Cool. I'm gonna get that set remade, and then we'll be on to our last location, which I feel really good about. So, cool beans. Say, I just thought I'd show you guys how I remake this set. It's a little bit different than how people would conventionally set a 330 in a run, but it really, I think it works a little better, you know, for a deeper water set like this. So I've got my trap set here. I've got it on a stake, but I've actually got it. See, a lot of people would set that trap down flat with the springs facing out either side, and then they'd shove sticks through each of the springs, and that works. I mean, when I set a real shallow run, I'll do that. But especially in a spot like this, what's going on here is this is the bank right here, and it's kind of an undercut bank, and the actual run is hugging the bank and coming around this corner. So this is setting in a run, but it's almost like a bottom edge set like you'd make for mink or muskrat too. It's just on a larger scale. So I've got the trap like this on its side with both springs on this stake, and it can swivel back and forth. So what I'll do, since this is undercut, is I'll get this thing about where I want it. I'll shove that a little harder in a little bit. But I'll sink that trap down, and then I just got it, you know, wired off to something solid here, like a log. I'll sink this trap down into this run, keeping my hands out of the firing radius. Push it down until I can feel it on the bottom, and then I can actually swing it in underneath. And you can see that. I can swing it in underneath this undercut bank and push it up in there. You just want to be careful that you don't bump the dog of the trap too much and set it off, because that's a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna shove that stick in the bottom. Yeah, I learned this set from 330 Maniac on YouTube. He uses this set pretty much all the time. I think it's a little more efficient. Takes a little practice to do. So then what's going to happen is, you know, these are the jaws of the trap. This swivel stick is going to go just in through the corner and out, and all that's going to do is, one, it's going to help kind of channel the beaver, but two, it's going to keep that trap from swiveling on that stake when the beaver comes through. He can't push it out of the way. So, and this is where it takes practice, because it's easy to set that trap off with your swivel stick when you're pushing it in there. Like I said, that's a pain in the butt. Then you got to haul that 330 out and reset the springs again. So I'm just going to reach down. I'm going to keep my hands away from the jaws. I'm going to stay tight to this stake. I'm going to feel for the springs. Yep, see, that trap is swung way the heck out of that run right now. So I'm going to swing it back into the run. I'm going to take my swivel stick, feel for the space between the jaws. Okay, I got it. And then I'm just going to pin it right where I want it. Just like that. That's all there is to it. Now it's in that run and it can't move. So let's kick some snow in there to help it refreeze, so there ain't a big bright spot where there wasn't before that'll tip off the beaver that something's wrong. That's it. That's the remake. Like I said, it takes a little bit of practice, but this year I've really grown to like that set a lot. I'll still kind of do it the traditional way. When I'm setting a real shallow run, like the next location, I've got a real shallow bank den set with a Duke 330, because it's kind of a lower trap. It would clear the ice better, and I've got, you know, just two sticks shoved in at an angle. But for a deeper run like this is pretty slick. Then you're not grubbing around up to your elbows, you know, in dark, murky water looking for a frickin' 330 that's gonna break your wrist. So yeah, pretty neat. See you guys at the next spot. Okay, so at our last location here, this is just an area. You can see the lodge right there. There's a little creek flowing through this bottom, this public land here. I rabbit hunt this area, and that's kind of how I found this. So I walked up and down this creek yesterday until I found where they had it dammed up in a pool here, and they had their lodge built in their feed pile. They got the dam right here. There was a gap in this dam, so I don't know how easy it is to see, but I got a 330 stuck in there. It's kind of plugged up. I thought I heard somebody at the house over there. It's right up against the private land here. It's kind of plugged up from the stuff flowing through here. I'm gonna have to fix that, but I thought maybe, you know, when the beaver came through here, they might swim up through that gap. or it'd be a good place to pick up an otter. But nothing in there. However, like I was telling you guys at the last spot, I had a real shallow bank den off to the side of the lodge here, and I stuck a Duke 330 in there because a Duke is the way they make their 330s, it's not a perfect 10 by 10 square. They make them more of a rectangle. It's a 9 by 10. It's a shorter trap, and so it's really good for getting down in these shallow runs where the top of another trap might freeze in. And I can't tell for sure, I just chopped a little bit, but there's a chunk of ice here, and I pull on it and it feels like it's attached to something, like it's frozen into something's hair. Yeah, it doesn't want to move, so I'm not totally sure, but we'll pull the trap out and take a look. If it isn't, this is an easy remake. So pull that stick out, pull that stick out. Ooh, I might have to chip some more of this ice. Yeah, I don't want to stick my hand in there too much in case that trap's still set. Jeez. So, well, man, that sure feels like it's stuck on something soft. I'm gonna break that chunk of ice, keeping me from pulling my trap out. There we go. I think. Maybe. Yeah, the trap sprung. I think there's something in it. I'm gonna have to chop this out bigger. Another spot here where there's airspace under the ice. It's shallow. If there's something in it, it's probably a beaver, but you know, a spot on a creek like this, there's a chance you can pick up otter here too. So, but I don't think this was an otter that sprung this, if there's anything in it. Sure feels like there's something in it. Oh yeah. Caught a kit. And he is completely frozen in there. You can thaw him out at home. That's a beaver that was born last spring. That's a young one. So there's still some adults somewhere in here. So I'm gonna get this guy out of this trap. I'll show you guys when I come back how I set this run, kind of the more conventional way. And then I'm gonna unplug my dam set over there, and then I'll head home because this is my last spot. So 2 beavers today. That one's probably not going to go towards a coat. He's a little small. You kind of want them all to be uniform when you're making a garment. Yeah, maybe we will. I don't know. Yeah. He's probably going to be a little beat up by the time we get all this ice out of him. So we caught one here anyway. I'm certainly not done with this spot. I'd like to catch at least one of the adults. So, you know, and the thing about a spot like this is this creek is classified as a trout stream, and whether it's right or wrong, I'll let you be the judge of that, but the DNR has made kind of a deal with Wisconsin chapter of Trout Unlimited, and they've pretty much placed the value of trout over the value of beaver, and they will completely eradicate any beaver that get into trout streams and dam them up. So maybe nobody noticed these guys this summer, but these beavers' days are limited. They're numbered. When the DNR figures out that they're in here, what they're gonna do is they're gonna get somebody on the nuisance list, a trapper, and they're gonna have them come in here and they're gonna eradicate them. So, you know, I don't normally try to completely trap the beaver out of an area, but in this case, I'm not gonna feel too terribly bad about doing it. I might as well take advantage of it, because once the DNR figures out they're here, these guys are toast. Someone's gonna come after them. So almost kind of looks like somebody has a trap set in down the creek down there. Weird. All right, well, I'll get this bank run reset because they'll keep using that. I might leave this location soak a couple of days. I might not come back tomorrow. It's kind of a long drive for me. So anyway, yeah, it's not a bad beaver. I think he might have a little bit of fur damage from that ice, but it is what it is. You can't always avoid it. So I'll get him out of that trap and show you the remake in a second here. All right, guys, show you that remake quick. So get all the ice chunks out of here. I threw that trap back in the water. It was starting to ice up. You want to be careful if your 330 starts to ice up, because you get some ice on that dog or that trigger and that trigger doesn't hold, and you go and take the safeties off and you're not being cautious, bad stuff can happen, which, you know, in all honesty, you should always be cautious when you're handling a 330. It shouldn't, the ice on it shouldn't be the exception. You should always be that way. But you see here, this is a pretty shallow run. You know, I can touch the bottom right there. So I'm just gonna feel for the sides of it again. Kind of right. Yep, right there. Kind of right there. So we'll get our trap set here. Ah, dang it, there's still a bunch of ice on it. Knock some of that ice out of there. You don't want any ice in your trigger. I gotta get something metal to knock that out. Last spot I used my pliers. There we go. I know you guys gotta watch me monkey around a lot, but that's just how she goes. I film this stuff real. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That'll have to do. Just be careful. All right. Get your trap set here. Yeah, of course, now I got ice all over the dog. Yeah, she's locking in there anyway. Slide your safeties out as you compress the trap so that they continue to hold. It's locking. Take your thumbs out of the way before you let go. Okay. I like to put my trigger down because when that trap goes off, that dog of that trap can slam into that beaver's back. It could actually cause quite a bit of fur damage. So you don't want that. So I like to have the trigger down. One safety's off. Take the other one off. Hands out of the firing radius. All right, now I'm gonna put this trap down in this run. There's my anchor, stick, log, whatever. Stick that trap down in that run. Stretch your springs out so that they're below the ice when it freezes. I don't know, maybe you guys can make out the jaws there. I'm gonna take one of my sticks. Through the corner, one corner of the jaws. Oop, wrong hand. One corner of the jaws and through the spring. That's gonna help channel that beaver into that trap, and it's gonna stabilize the trap so he doesn't just knock it over when he comes through. He actually goes through it. It's a good hard run. Hard bottom, it means they're using it a lot. Where'd my other stick go? Was that it? That must have been it. Take your other one. Same thing on the other side. This is quick and dirty, but in these shallow runs, it's just right. There you go. That's pretty stable. That, especially once these sticks freeze in. All right, that's it. That's all there is. Oop, don't want that spring sticking out of the water. Crank that down. I don't like it. I tell you guys, I ain't like this with everything, but when I'm trapping, loose ends make my ass itch. I don't like it. I don't like them. If there's something, if I feel like there's something wrong with a set, I don't care if it's a muskrat set, I'm gonna lose sleep over it. There, I like that. That I like. Just kick a little bit of snow in there. You're good to go. Put a stick on top of there. And then if a beaver, capybara, hippopotamus, megalodon, whatever comes through there, he ain't gonna be able to pull that stick through. Cool. Got our iced up, very small beaver here. I mean, he's pretty. Really nice fur. He's just small. Thaw that out. I don't know. If I sold this guy, he wouldn't be worth much more than a dang muskrat. So maybe we will do something with him. I don't know. Definitely gonna eat him. That'd be a good eating beaver. All right, what do I do with my rope? It's right there. I fixed that dam brake set. Not a brake set, I didn't break the dam. But it's similar to a dam brake set. And this time around I've actually got it because this water seems to be staying open around this gap. Even though it's been pretty cold, I actually just took the trap and I've got it halfway out of the water. So like I said, you know, if the beaver come patrolling up through here and check out why this water's flowing through their dam, they might come up through there. They might come up through with sticks and set it off. I don't know. It's also a good spot if an otter comes through under the ice here and he's looking for a spot to cross the dam. He's going to come flying right up through that gap and wham, we might pick up an otter. So yeah, 2 beavers and 10 sets. I don't want to say, hesitant to say that that's a good day, but you know, it's about as good as you can ask for most of the time. It's average. You know, a lot of them sets were snare poles, and those aren't exactly a high percentage set. You know, when you got snow on the ice here and you can't really see what's going on like you can with clear ice, you're kind of grasping at straws a little bit. Things get tougher. So I'm planning on coming back to a lot of these places and really hammering the beaver in the spring, but I want to, like I said, I want to pick up some underneath the ice because their fur is the best right now, and I want to make a coat for my wife. So I'll guess I'll be back to you guys the next time I run around and check the traps if I catch anything. So thanks for watching.